It's Friday, the 4th of March 2022. Welcome to the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Good morning, Michael.
Okay, 5 stories, 5 minutes. Let's get into it. Story number 1, Sean, global financial markets at the moment are in a state of flux. There are commodity prices soaring to new records. Everything's all over the place.
Sure is. Let's go through it. Crude oil prices keep rising. Now, Russia's the 4th largest producer of oil, but multinationals have stopped buying output from Russian producers. They're just not bidding, despite being offered discounts. As a result, prices are up. LNG prices are at 6-month highs, up 50% yesterday alone. So far, gas has continued to flow between Russia and the continent, but supplies are being disrupted. Coal prices are also soaring, with thermal coal hitting an all-time high yesterday. And soft commodities are rising in price as well, with wheat now at its highest level since 2008. Who's winning out of all that? Well, plenty of Australian companies. The coal guys, Whitehaven, New Hope and Yancoal. Santos and Woodside, the oil and LNG guys, they're winning as well. So it's great news for holders of those stocks. The funny thing is that bond yields, you would think, given all the uncertainty, bond yields would be falling. But in fact, they're rising. And something else that's doing really well is the Aussie dollar. It's above 73 US cents. Why is that? Because sanctions against Russia are supporting commodity prices. We export commodities. The Australian dollar goes higher.
That's a fantastic explanation of all of that in about 55 seconds. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, story number 2, Sean, and Russian troops are making headway in Ukraine, capturing a major city and rolling towards Kiev.
Yes, that's right. Russian troops have captured the strategically important city of Kherson in the south of the country, the first major city to be taken. Troops continue to make their way towards capital Kyiv and second city Kharkiv. Overnight, President Vladimir Putin addressed his Security Council and said the invasion was going to plan and he would not back down. He also made a phone call to French President Emmanuel Macron. Another round of peace talks were held between Russia and Ukraine, but failed to establish any sort of agreement. The International Criminal Court said it had received referrals from 39 member states, including Australia, to investigate the situation in the Ukraine, and the United Nations said more than 1 million refugees have fled Ukraine since the invasion a week ago.
That's an incredible number, that is. Story number 3 today, Sean, the flood crisis that we've been talking about in New South Wales and Queensland, it is continuing.
It is, though Sydney somewhat escaped the 200 millimetres that had been predicted early yesterday morning, though there's going to be another downpour over the weekend. More than 500,000 people in that city have now been told to evacuate. It's raining from basically the Queensland border. In fact, it's raining in southeast Queensland all the way down to the Victorian border. So much rain has fallen, it only takes a few millimetres for flood waters to start rising again. Now, Treasurer Josh Frydenberg said the floods would cost billions of dollars. The banks are providing holidays for customers to pause mortgage, credit card and some business loan repayments. Unfortunately, southeast Queensland are again feeling the brunt of the weather. Yesterday, Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk called the conditions extremely unstable and rivers are once again rising.
Sean, story number 4 today is just mind-boggling, some of the figures and some of the allegations in this. The details of the claims made by AUSTRAC, which is the financial crimes regulator, against Crown Resorts have been released, and they're just staggering.
They are. It was an 863-page statement of claim. It alleges 500 breaches of anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing provisions. Some of the numbers in it are absolutely astounding. Some of the stories, it claims that Crown did everything from accepting cash in shoeboxes and plastic bags to maintaining relationships with customers suspected of being involved in sex slavery or narcotics dealing. One of the ones that really blew me away, it alleges that Crown failed to assess 60 high-risk VIPs who bet in excess of $70 billion since March 2016. That's more than $1 billion bet by each individual on average.
That is just amazing. Just the numbers coming out of this are incredible, and we will certainly be keeping a very close eye on that one. Story number 5 today, Sean, is really just a story about an Australian company that's doing really well.
Yes, Culture Kings, a sneaker and streetwear retailer from the Queensland Gold Coast, known for its frantic activity in its stores. Sometimes it's got DJs, it's got basketball courts, all sorts of things. It'll open its first US store in Las Vegas. Now, it's taken a lease in a shopping centre attached to Caesars Palace. Culture Kings is now majority owned by US retailer AKA Brands. The management of that organisation believe that Culture Kings is the way retail will go in the future.
DJs, basketball courts, I imagine you're a frequent Culture Kings shopper. Are you, Sean?
I have a loyalty card, if that's what you're asking, of course.
Fantastic. That's it. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Friday, the 4th of March, 2022. Remember to hit follow on the podcast, and if 5 minutes isn't enough, then you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed on your podcast platform. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.